Who Swiped Santa's Boots? A Holiday Mystery for Kids. Written and read by ANN STACHURA SMITH. Once upon a snowy day at the North Pole, the air was filled with the joyful sounds of elves working in Santa's toy shop, reindeer prancing around, and Frosty the Snowman spreading cheer. Little did they know, a mystery was unfolding that would make this Christmas one to remember. It all began when Santa Claus woke up on the morning of Christmas Eve and discovered his shiny black boots were missing. He scratched his head, stroked his white beard, and said, "Ho, ho, ho, where can my boots be? This is quite a mystery." Santa gathered the suspects in the cozy living room of his home. The reindeer, the toy shop elves, Frosty the Snowman, the North Pole's postman, and even Mrs. Claus. "It seems one of you took my boots," Santa declared, his eyes twinkling with suspicion. The reindeer shook their antlers, insisting they were innocent. "We were too busy practicing our takeoffs for Christmas Eve," said Vixen. "Well, except for Rudolph, he didn't show up for practice." "My nose has been extra shiny these days," replied Rudolph. "I had to powder it." The toy shop elves giggled nervously, pointing at their tiny feet. "We couldn't fit into those big boots of yours, Santa. We have our own special shoes." Then Mrs. Claus chimed in. "Oh, Santa, I've been busy baking gingerbread cookies all week. You think I could possibly be the baffling boot burglar? See how many cookies you get to have." Frosty the Snowman chuckled. "Oh, why would I need boots? I'm comfortable just the way I am." His coal eyes sparkled with innocence. "Oh, I don't know," piped up one of the elves named Bibsy. "Lately, you've been giving us the cold shoulder. What's up with that, Frosty?" Finally, the North Pole's oldest postman shrugged. "I've been swamped delivering letters and packages, Santa. No time for boot napping." "Likely excuse," murmured Prancer the reindeer. Everyone was terribly upset, and nobody admitted to swiping Santa's boots. "Maybe a sneaky penguin with very cold feet took them," suggested Arnie, a little elf. "Yep, the ice out there is brutal. I hear penguins complaining about cold tootsies all the time," said Lulu, another one of Santa's elves. Santa Claus shook his head, then stroked his beard again. He wanted to solve the mystery, and he needed to do it soon, before it was time to load the sleigh with toys. So Santa decided to play detective. He continued to question everyone. He also examined the surroundings and found boot prints left behind. There were boot prints upstairs, there were boot prints downstairs, and there were boot prints outside in the cold snow. The more Santa investigated, the more puzzled he became. When he tried to follow the boot prints, they only led him in circles. Circles around the house, circles around a big tree in their yard, and circles around the mailbox. Mrs. Claus happened to notice that Santa looked very tired. She said, "Santa dear, have you been sleepwalking again? Late last night your hearty laughter woke me up, and I thought I heard you talking to Myrtle, your pet turtle." Santa's eyes widened. "Sleepwalking? Chatting with Myrtle the turtle? Ho-ho-hoing in the middle of the night?" He couldn't believe it. As the group wandered into Santa's den, they made a shocking discovery. They found Santa's boots standing right in front of Myrtle's terrarium. Santa scratched his head once more, realizing he was the guilty one all along. Santa gathered everyone in the kitchen for some hot cocoa, and with a twinkle in his eye said, "Ho, ho, ho! I'm sorry for suspecting you all." Mrs. Claus, the reindeer, the toy shop elves, Frosty the Snowman, and the North Pole's postman forgave Santa with laughter and cheer. They all understood that anyone, even the jolliest of beings, could make mistakes. With the mystery solved, the North Pole was filled with joy once again as Santa and his team got ready for Christmas Eve. While he set off in his sleigh with boots securely on his feet to spread happiness and presents around the world, Santa thought about the valuable lesson he learned. Humility and apologies are gifts that bring warmth to the heart, just like a snug pair of black boots on a chilly winter's night.